What's up, guys? We haven't done a video update in a while, and we got quite a bit of work done this weekend, and a couple new pieces of the build came in, so I figured it'd be a good time to do an update. We got sub number 4 on the bench over here. I didn't quite get around to doing the recone this weekend, but it's just about ready to go. Over here I've got alt number 3 from Singer, 370 amp, black and white billet case with the ground location. I've got 2 more just like it under the hood already. This one's going where the stock alternator is. Over here I got 2 big boxes of welding cable. I haven't even opened them yet. Over 150 pounds of cable there. They had to send it in 2 different boxes. Now onto the truck. As you can see, the inside of the shell is just about done. I got the sides up and the ceiling up, I think last week. Yesterday I spent a bunch of time flaring that back port. I don't know how well you can see that, but I tried to flare it out kind of like an aero port. I fought with this back piece all morning today. The cage isn't exactly square. I'm not a professional welder. I just learned how to weld for this project. So as you can see, some of my seams have pretty big gaps, but that was the only way to get it back there. Also, I didn't have any way to put pressure on this, so we had to put a bunch of screws in it to hold it to the frame. That's going to be fun. I got to fill all those in before I paint. But the whole upper half of this shell is getting painted, so you won't be able to see any of that, and the baffle is going to get stained. And those gaps won't matter too much once I finish the back here. As you can see, I finished welding the cage in the back. I'm going to fill all these squares with 3/4 inch plywood, so it'll put a backing on this gap up here, and then I'll go back on the inside and put a piece of wood in there and cover it with PL Max, sand it down, paint it. You won't be able to tell. These are my amp racks. They're just in here for fitment purposes. They're not secured yet, but I welded those up today. The plan is 2 8500s per rack. My Yinlong bank that I'm still using right now is pretty tall, so I have a little bit of a height restriction from the platform to the bottom of the amp racks. So instead of trying to stack all 4 amps, I figured I'd put 2 on each rack. I'm going to run a piece of plywood between the 2 amps on each, stain the plywood. There's going to be another 3/4 inch piece on the back of this cage that comes out so you can't really see around it, and it'll cover the cage itself. That'll get painted black. I think that pretty much covers everything I got done this weekend. I don't know if I'll make it up here during the week or not, but hoping to be ready for stain and paint inside the shell by the end of next weekend. I need to pick up 2 more full sheets of plywood, 1 for that back piece here, and I'm going to run 1 from B pillar to B pillar, cut it in behind these trim pieces and up through the headliner, trim it out to match the floor, glue it into place along this seam, and then the plan is to come to this side, and wherever it meets that B pillar, we're going to try to glass that whole seam to seal off the front cabin from this rear half of the rig. And eventually I may or may not glass the outside of this everywhere that I can get to, just for some more rigidity, but I don't know if I need it. Tell me what you think. You think I should glass it? Or should I just spray it with some bed liner? Alright. Anyways, I think that's going to do it for today. Catch you on the next one.